What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another Diablo Immortal video. Today I want to talk about Gem Resonance Awakening gear, and then I have something I want to mention to you guys regarding some of the comments that came through on yesterday's video. I'll be addressing that at the end, but first, let's take a look here at the Gem Resonance. I had a comment come through over on my Discord server, and it was from Howl's Moving Castle saying, hey, I wanted to ask something. I'm a free-to-play, very low spender, and I just luckily stumbled on a 5-star gem and sold it for 40,000 platinum. I currently have 47,000 platinum saved up after the sale. So is Awakening gear truly worth it? From what I know, it only opens up an extra reduced cooldown and bonus damage by 10% for 10,000 platinum. For me, as a free-to-play low spender, that seems rather expensive. No question mark. So I want to give some guidance on Awakening, and if I think it's worth it, talk about the Gem Resonance that goes on within that as well, and then get to that comment. So we could start out by asking, what is Gear Awakening? You take a look right here. All of my gear slots, they are purple. Yours may not be purple, or actually yours are not purple if you have never awakened a piece of gear yourself. In doing an awakening, which requires the gem within to be ranked up to level 4. All of my gems inside are ranked up beyond level 4. I'm currently wearing all 5-star gems, but you could do this with 1-star gems, 2-star gems, or 5-star gems. Just get it to a rank 4, and then you have the opportunity or the ability to awaken the gear slot. Now let's talk about how you do that and what it actually does for your character, and if it's worth it. You're gonna come over here to Vic in West March at the jeweler. We're right over here in this area, just so you can take a look if you're looking to find it yourself. And he's right here behind the desk, and you're gonna click on Gem Resonance. When in Gem Resonance, you have all of your slots. Notice there are 8 slots. This is because stance slots are involved here. That's the extra secondary and the extra primary weapon. All of these have been awakened already, so unfortunately I can't demonstrate the awakening for you, but you'll notice that the green text is the bonus that comes to whatever piece of gear is in that gem slot, and the bonus that you get is specific to the piece of gear that you're wearing. If I switch this gear for another piece of gear, the bonus will be something different based off of what that piece of gear does. So right now, Badlander, Lightning Nova calls a lightning orb to orbit around you, dealing lightning damage to enemies it hits. Lightning Nova increases damage by 18%. Then I'm getting a bonus of additional 10% damage from Lightning Nova from this awakening. All right? Then your Gem Resonance can give you extra bonuses as you go on as well. I will give you details of that extra bonus and of Gem Awakening in just a minute. So each piece of gear that you have is going to give you an extra bump. The bump is often a 10% bump. Disintegrate damage increased by 10%. Arcane Wind damage increased by 10%. Lightning Nova cooldown reduced by 10%. Slow time cooldown decreased by 10%. Arcane Wind increased by 10%. That's damage. Disintegrate damage increased by 10%. And slow time cooldown. So when you think about it, when you're actually going and awakening 8 different slots, 10%, you're looking at 80% bonus in various areas of your build. Now, obviously, it depends on the gear that you're putting in that slot, but you can also put together your build based off of what skills you're looking to try and get these big buffs from, whether they're damage buffs or cooldown reduction buffs. So to cut right to the chase here regarding awakening gear, is it worth it? I 100% believe that yes, it is worth it. Our commenter, Howl's Moving Castle, who sold a 5-star gem and got 40,000 platinum, assuming it wasn't an S tier like a Roiling Consequence, a Blood-Soaked Jade, yada yada, and all of those from the list. It was a good sale, and he can now awaken 4 different slots as long as the gems that he has in that slot are of rank 4 or higher. Now, how do you actually do it? Because again, I did say, yes, you should do this. Well, first of all, back in the day when the game launched, this was an only pay-to-use feature. You could not do it with platinum, which you could farm for free. So you could only awaken slots back in the day if you were a paying customer. But right now, over here at the smithing materials vendor, Under the Reforged Stones, you have the Dawning Echo. It takes a Dawning Echo to awaken one of those slots, used to awaken the power of legendary items. It's 10,000 platinum. As I mentioned, back in the day, it used to cost 1,000 orbs, which are not farmable inside of the game for free. It was a huge update when they allowed for free-to-play players to be able to farm platinum in any ways that they feel fit to be able to awaken their gear, because it's such a valuable part of the game. So yes, you should be buying your Dawning Echoes with platinum. Yes, you should be awakening your gear, and yes, you should be ranking up your Jenks to rank 4 or above so that the gear can be awakened. Now, a question you may have is, what if I change classes and the gear is not the same? It doesn't matter. What if I farm a new piece of gear and I replace the piece of gear that's in that slot? It doesn't matter. Just like your levels are increased when you upgrade gear, the awakening slot is also upgraded to the slot itself. You are not upgrading a particular piece of gear, essentially, you're upgrading the gear slot. Same thing with awakening. You are awakening that gear slot, and no matter what gear you put in there, no matter what class you change to, it will be an awakened slot as long as it has a rank 4 or above gem slotted in that position. Okay, I hope that all makes sense. Now, let's move on to the gem resonance. My resonance globe is right here. This is a system that a lot of players, especially free-to-play, don't even know about. I'm going to give a brief overview, not super in-depth, but as you see, I have all of my gems right over here. They're all rank 4 or above. Once I slot them in, you're able to drop gem resonance into them. Let's take a look at what this looks like. Let's take a look at the gem resonance right over here. Basically, what it opens up are additional slots that you could put gems inside of your normal gems. Yes, this is how the whole it is impossible to get to max level with max level gems, all awakened, all opened up, all fully leveled as a free-to-play player or even as a low spender. It's just not enough time, not enough grind. There's just, you can't do it. Because of all of these internal gems, it's not just one 5-star gem you have in a slot. The 5-star gem you have in the slot then opens itself up to 3 other 2-star gems and 2 more 5-star gems that can also be slotted within. Now, the cool thing about this system is the gem power that's used inside of the gems that you have as resonance gems inside of your primary gem. So my primary gem is the Blood-Soaked Jade, and then I have these 3 gems inside. The gem power, the gem resonance, as you can see here, it provides 420 gem power while socketed in the primary gem. I can actually upgrade this gem without using extra gem power as long as the gem power inside with these resonance gems exceeds what's needed for the upgrade. Okay, that gets a bit confusing, but the way that you should be upgrading your gems is not just dropping a gem, a duplicate, and gem power in. You could be upgrading. I could upgrade this lightning core, right? Make the gem power exceed what I need inside of the resonance gem. And then when I go to upgrade my Blood-Soaked Jade, instead of needing 60 gem power and 1 copy, I'll just need 1 copy because I have all the gem power inside of here. I'm going to show you that in just a moment, but before I leave this screen, you'll notice you do get different attribute bumps as you go up. As we get 20 above, 40 above, 60, 160, and 260, you're getting primary attack damage increased by 3%, skill damage increased by 2%. That is if you have the proper gem in the slot. It requires a certain gem in the slot. If you don't use that certain gem, that's okay, but it doesn't help you out with these bonuses down here. So it is optimal if you use the proper gems in the proper slots to get these additional bonuses, because over time, 8 gems, all awakened, all with gem resonance, you're getting some good buffs to your character itself. So these are the buffs you can get along the way across all of your gems that are going to overall enhance your character. Now, you can use and do gem resonance with 1-star gems and with 2-star gems as well. It's just the gems that you're putting inside of them are going to be different. 2-star gems are essentially going to take 2s inside, and 1-star gems are going to take 1-star gems inside. It's just easier to rank to max level a 1-star and throw all the resonance inside of it versus a 2-star versus a 5-star. Now, I want to go over back to the jeweler and show you guys really quickly what it might look like if I was looking to upgrade a gem that has a bunch of gem resonance exceeding what I need. Notice right here, I'm looking at my Colossus Engine gem. I need 1 gem, which I don't have right now, duplicate, and I typically need, if I take a look over here, I need 60 gem power. I already have some of that in my Blood-Soaked Jade because of Resonance Gems, so I have 28 out of 60. But over here in the Roiling Consequence, I don't even need any more gem power because I have basically almost 4 upgrades worth of gem power already inside of the gem from those Resonance Gems. So all I need is the copy and I can get this up to a next level. So it's nice to upgrade your Resonance Gems, and that's going to give you the gem power you need to fuel your Colossus engine. But then if you ever decide to remove the Colossus engine or the Resonance Gems, you may need to repower the Colossus engine. So it can get kind of complex. I do have some guides specifically on this topic on the channel, but the benefits you get from awakening your gear and the benefits that you get from throwing Resonance Gems inside of your gear as well is going to be next level. And I think it is, even in some cases, more important than certain 5-star gems that you would be placing. Now, I would not throw away a Blood-Soaked Jade, a Roiling Consequence, a Fated Trail, a Blood Flow, a Colossus Engine. I probably wouldn't even throw away a Bottled Hope. Those are some of my favorite gems inside of the game. If I were to have a 4-star Blood-Soaked Jade, and I ran an Elder Rift, and another 4-star Blood-Soaked Jade drop that I could sell, I may consider selling that because I don't need 4 stars for upgrades. All I need are 2-star versions of the gem for the upgrade. So I may be able to get more platinum out of that than maybe even buy 2 2-star from that one that I sold, allowing me to bump up 2 levels instead of just 1, if that makes sense. I hope that this was helpful. I know that this topic can get a little bit complex, but at the same time, I didn't want to go too deep into it where it became confusing. There are specific guides out for that. Now, I want to remind you guys on Friday, January 30th, 9:30 p.m., in the Treasure Goblin server cluster, we're having a tournament at the War Games desk. No resonance, no pets, maximum of 2 players playing 1 class, and your secondary gems can be between 1 and 3,200. So basically, we're doing a very fair, even Battlegrounds matchup, PvP, something that we're very excited about here on the Treasure Goblin server. Myself, Ezereth, and Gwyn are going to be casting this event, highlighting all of the battles that go on this night. And we've never done one with no resonance. You literally have to take out all of your gems. You can't use them, your legendary gems. And your normal gems are capped. So it's going to be fun because now it's all about skill. Now, I want to talk about briefly yesterday's video where I was discussing buying and selling subscribers and views, not selling, buying subscribers and views via the YouTube promotions option on YouTube. First of all, I have never done this on my Diablo channel at all. I've never promoted any content. All 50,000 plus subscribers are people that seen my videos over the past 5 years and decide to subscribe. Honestly, over 5 years, it's not a ton. We're also looking at a pretty niche game here. But there was some weird comments that came through in that video, and it was a little frustrating for me to read. First of all, the topic was about a system on YouTube that is for promoting your content. Keep in mind, some people promote their content because they're selling a product, selling a service, not just because they are trying to talk about a video game like I'm doing. I don't sell anything here. On this channel, I give guides, details, and have fun inside of a video game. There's nothing I'm selling, unless if you decide that you want to go to my merch shop and buy some merch, sure. Rarely anyone ever does that. I think I buy more merch than anybody else. But there are people that are trying to promote a product, to make sales. That's what the promotion tab is really there for. I don't think it benefits someone that doesn't have something to sell versus just trying to get views. Point is, buying subscribers or buying advertisements, which results in subscribers, is not illegal if you're using it through the YouTube platform. I'm not even going to get into the comments that triggered me inside of the video, but I guess what I could say is do better. I don't want to see trash comments. And if you have them, watch someone else's Diablo Immortal videos and you could put them there. There are plenty of content creators that would love your view, even if your comment is absolute dog shit. That's it. We have a nice community here of people that are positive about the game and that understand what we're all trying to accomplish as a whole here. And that is not toxicity, that is not negativity. That said, I hope you learned something today about Awakening and Gem Resonance. Have a good day.